Good evening, it's Peter Jew here in Kuala Lumpur, and I've been attending the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers convention over the last 2 days, and as a professional speaker it's been fantastic. I'm sitting here with a good friend of mine, Sha Nacino, and Sha's also a professional speaker from Manila, and she's got so many insights. In fact, I don't think I know anyone so young, enthusiastic and focused on her goals as a public speaker. And even doing a live stream like this is a little bit nerve-wracking, so I'm going to ask Sha what are some of her tips to control nerves before public speaking. So Sha?
Yes. Hi, Peter, and hi to the friends of Peter. This is Sha Nacino I'm based in the Philippines. We're both here in Malaysia. We just spoke at the Malaysia Association of Professional Speakers Convention. And so, regarding your question, how do you control your nerves or manage your nerves when you're speaking in public? One of the tips that I'd like to give is this. Before you speak in public, sometimes you get so nervous, right? So one of the things you can do is to change your mindset. Assume that the audience likes you. Assume that the audience is rooting for you and they want you to succeed, because once you have that mindset, now you don't judge your audience. Because what we usually do, and the reason why we're nervous is because we judge our audience. For example, we say things like, if I speak and I make a mess, maybe the audience will laugh at me. Or if I make a mess, if I make a mistake, maybe they will think that I'm not smart, or things like that. So we're actually judging the audience even before we speak. So my suggestion is, don't judge the audience and assume that the audience likes you. So that's just one of my tips. I have many more other tips. Can I share?
Sure.
All
Keep
right.
going.
Okay. So the other tip is that this was actually one of the talks of, this was actually suggested by Ami Kadi. She is a TEDx speaker. And the idea behind this is that your physiology affects your psychology. And so what you do is you do some power poses. For example, the superwoman pose, because what it does is it changes something in your body and it makes you more confident. I forgot the term now, but something changes in your body when you do that and you become more confident. So those are the two tips that I'd like to give you. And in fact, just before I gave my speech yesterday at the Malaysia Association of Professional Speakers Convention, I was so nervous because the one who was currently speaking was my mentor, Frederick Harren, who is a really good global speaker. He set the bar really high, the energy level was so high, and his speech was so powerful. So as I was listening to him, for a moment I wanted to quit because, oh my God, he's so good, and the energy level is so high, and it was a tough act to follow. And I was speaking, so after him, James Taylor would speak, and then Peter Jew, and then it's me. But then I shifted to gratitude, which is something that I love and I teach. So I shifted to gratitude and I started to thank God for the privilege of hearing Frederick and of the privilege of being inspired by him for setting the bar high. And then I also shifted to gratitude by thanking God that I'm in Malaysia, having the privilege to hear all the speakers and having the privilege to speak later. So the moment I shifted to gratitude, my intimidation was changed to inspiration. So instead of being intimidated by Frederick, I was inspired by him. So there. Those are my tips for you.
Wow, thanks for that, Sha. And I've got one last tip that I sometimes use, and when I teach other people. It's called FOWOT, fear of what others think. And when I ask people why are they nervous, what are they worried about, the response is, what if people don't like me? What if I forget? What if I muck up? What if people can see that I'm nervous? So in reality, what other people think of us is not our business. So if we focus instead on the purpose, which is giving and serving the people with a message, information that helps move them, then we've got nothing to worry about. Because the audience is there to get something from us, not to cheer us on, not to like us or dislike us. They're there because they have a need, and our purpose is to provide that need. So along with Sha's advice tonight, just stop worrying about what other people think of you. Do the best of you can. Now, Sha's got a book. She's a published author, so I'll just hand you briefly back to Sha. She can talk about her book.
All right. Thank you, Peter. So I wrote this book. It's called Conquering Stage Fright, and it's about the 5 tips on how to conquer your stage fright. Now, this is available on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. And just to add to what Peter said, I really agree with what you said, your tip on moving forward. One of the things I learned from one of my mentors in public speaking, his name's Robin Seeger, is this. One of the most important roles of a speaker is to love the audience. So when you speak, always remember that your role is not to impress them. It is not to make a good impression for yourself, but it's really to love them. So when that is your motive, now your focus is on how you can deliver your message well to them so that you can love the audience. Now the focus is on the audience and in loving the audience.
And that's Peter Dew and Sha Nacino from Kuala Lumpur. We've had a great conference. We're going to have some dinner now, so bye for now.
Bye. God bless everyone.
Bye-bye.